Hi, I just want to go over a couple of items that I want you to be aware of. The first is, in your book, make sure that you go over end of chapter questions. So at the end of each chapter, there's a lot of questions they're really good questions for your EA review and for the exam, really good questions. So I want you to go over those. And then make sure that you go into practice exercises. That's located in the content area under quizzes. So you have to go under quizzes, and then practice exercises will be under there. They usually are going to be closing at 1 a.m. on Tuesdays. So this one that's just out there, it'll close today at 1 a.m. I'm sorry, it'll probably close on Tuesdays at 1 in the morning. So this practice exercise one just closed, but the next one will open up. So make sure that you always check in regularly and make sure that you're looking at what quizzes under practice exercises you have to take, as well as making sure that you do the questions. I'm going to also post a discussion forum number 1, which is the graded one. And if you look at your syllabus, I believe you have 4 of those. So I want you to look at the discussion forum number 1. And the topic basically is, if you have a disaster such as Hurricane Harvey, that the IRS sometimes will post regulations or disaster recovery relief, and when it comes to taxes. So I want you to, as a discussion, and I will also post what I'm looking for in that discussion, is to talk about that. What happens when things like that happen? If you go back to Katrina, you could see that the IRS posted some notice about filing your taxes, or something to the extent of extending a period of time where you can file the taxes if you were on an extension. So I want you to kind of brainstorm a little bit about what happens. And there is some discussion in your text about disaster, what happens in a disaster, and what are the items that are required for a disaster to happen, and what does the IRS do? So that's a good question that might be asked on your exam, specifically in the next exam, because there's a situation that has occurred in Texas and surrounding areas. So good question, and I'll post that discussion forum out there for you to look at. And again, that will probably close. Make sure you look at the close date. I'll give you about a week to kind of post that. Make sure also that when you're posting, that a substantial post is that you create a post and that you post to 2 other students their comments as well, and to check back to see if a student asked you a question or made a comment about your post, and whether or not you responded back to them on that post. So that's what I'm looking for in discussion forums. And if you have any questions, please just email me. I'm here to always answer your emails. Hope you had a great Labor Day, and again, ask me any questions that you need. Thanks.